Good morning, Bob Kerrigan with you this morning on the Law Show. Thank you very much for your text messages that you send to us. The text number's 850 and then all fours. We try to get back to people right away. A lot of the calls we get are not within the area of expertise that we have in the law. So we try to get people directed to the best people that can help them. There is something in Florida called the Florida Bar Lawyer Referral Service, and that number is an 800 number in Tallahassee, and they also provide a good referral to lawyers, depending on the nature of the legal problem that you have. Our specialty is in serious injury and death claims, and we handle them wherever they occur. When it's in another state that we're not licensed in, we associate lawyers in that state, and then we ask permission of the court in that state to allow us temporarily to represent people. We do not give advice to people, for example, in Arkansas that call us about a case or problem in Arkansas. We refer people in the state to the state where they live to make sure that they get correct legal advice. The laws are not the same in every state. We have a body of federal law that applies across the nation, but we also have laws that are peculiar to every state, and particularly in the field that we are involved in, which is injury and death claims. Now, you see advertised regularly lawyers that profess abilities in handling certain kind of cases, and so you kind of wonder, well, why would a lawyer advertise about a particular kind of case as opposed to a particular field of law? Well, in our case, in our situation, we see lawyers advertising for truck accident cases. Well, why would they be specific to truck accident cases? Well, the reason is that trucks that are involved in accidents usually have very substantial liability insurance coverage, which means that the injured client has a very good chance of making a recovery, where in an automobile accident case, for example, half the people driving around either have no insurance, or way more than half either have no insurance or very poor insurance. In Florida, you don't even need to have any insurance that insures you for injuring another party, called bodily injury coverage. You don't have to have liability coverage. You don't have to have that kind of insurance in Florida. So we have a lot of people driving around without insurance, which is why we have said repeatedly, in your own insurance plan, be sure and buy uninsured motorist coverage. It's just critical that you have it because it protects you and your family in the event you're injured in an accident by an uninsured driver. So no whiteout, lawyers advertise that they are specialists in drunk driving cases. Well, there's nothing particularly unique about drunk driving cases other than the drunk driver's at fault, causes an accident, and juries don't like drunk drivers, and they award substantial damages in cases where people knowingly go get intoxicated, get in a car, and go kill somebody or hurt somebody. So the lawyers know that if they get a drunk driving case, they've got a very good chance of making a very substantial recovery. The field itself, which is civil liability, is the field that lawyers really are specialists in if they do this kind of work. And the idea that you're particularly attuned to a particular kind of case may or may not be true. I mean, there are some lawyers, for example, that do handle particular kinds of cases, whether it be an elevator accident case or an airplane crash case, something like that. Very esoteric, and an esoteric field, something that is not that common. There are lawyers that specialize in those kinds of things, or subspecialty, really. Our firm handles any kinds of injury or death claims from whatever source, however caused. And in Florida, we have what's called comparative fault, which means that you don't have to be 100% innocent in an accident. You can have a small portion of fault yourself, and their damages are reduced in a particular formula. So we look at any case in which a person has been very substantially injured or where a death has occurred. But now the thing I want to talk to you about today is the thing that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I've discussed it here on the Law Show in the past. We are besieged with fear tactics to get people to buy insurance of one kind or another. I never realized, for example, that my sewer pipe was my responsibility. And until I saw the insurance advertisers saying, did you know that if the sewer pipe breaks between you and the distribution point for the sewage, that you're responsible for it and you're going to have to pay. Well, that was a terrifying thought. But then I realized that maybe nobody has ever made a claim for a sewer pipe breaking in the past, but somebody dreamed up the idea you could sell insurance. And so if you scare the elderly, which we are easily be scared, okay, that if you scare us, we're going to buy your insurance. You know, if you tell us you're going to steal our identity, we're going to buy your insurance. If you tell us that we're going to have our car breaks down and we'll have no coverage and we'll have no engine in our car. Well, we need to buy insurance. You need to buy more insurance and more insurance and more insurance to protect you from every conceivable kind of risk, to the point you don't have any money left. It's like, well, maybe you bought a little too much insurance. Which brings me to this Medicare problem, okay, that I've discussed at length. So I get this letter in the mail. You might have gotten it too. Medicare notice. It's a rather official-looking letter. I'm going to show you this. Hold on, if you can see that or not. Official-looking thing. Medicare notice addressed to my home address, and it says, we're trying to reach you. That's usually a sign they're trying to sell you something. We're trying to reach you regarding your eligibility for Medicare Advantage plan that may include additional benefits. Please call us today, and it gives us an 800 number. As a Medicare recipient, which I am not, by the way, but the letter comes to you because your age, you may be eligible to receive extra benefits, including hearing, routine dental, and vision care. Well, come on now. Hearing, what are they talking about? An amplifier that costs $100? Or are they talking about $5,000 or $6,000 hearing aids? Dental, what are they talking about? Dental. Routine dental. What's routine dental? Who routinely goes to the dentist other than get your teeth cleaned? So they're going to pay for your teeth to be cleaned once a year or something, every 6 months? And vision care. What does that vision care mean exactly? Well, it's all ambiguous. It's all uncertain. It's all in the fine print. You just need to sign up. You need to call. So you call this number, okay? See, it's in big numbers here. Gives you the number, 1-800-597-5468. All right. So in order to understand precisely what this offer is, you need to get one of these. Now, this is a magnifying glass. So now I'm going to read a lot of this fine print, okay? The fine print says this is an advertisement and a solicitation of insurance from Senior Insure, 2550 Sandy Plains Road, Suite 225, 380, Marietta, Georgia. Well, I looked them up. I said, well, this must be a big company. It must be an insurance company. What is it? What is it called again? Senior Insure. I couldn't find it on Google, but I did find this address, and the address appears opposite of a health club of some kind. But in any event, so I looked at it a little bit more. It says, outside of the Medicare annual enrollment period, members can enroll in a plan only if they meet certain criteria. A licensed insurance agent can help you determine whether you are eligible. Plan availability varies, Not all available with all plans. Availability varies by carrier and location. Callers, this is the key here. Now I say, callers will be directed to a licensed insurance agent with a third-party partner who can provide more information about Medicare Advantage plans. So what is this deal? This is not an insurance company. This is a funneler. This is somebody that's funneling cases to insurance. So when you call this number, you get some clicking and whatever, and you get connected, but you don't get connected to this Senior Insure outfit. You get connected to one of their partners, which in essence is an insurance agent, who's going to tell you what you might be eligible for if you want to buy a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, my fault with this, or my concern about this, is that it's so cleverly done that I'm really, you just have to It's not, you don't have to be particularly bright to do it, but you just have to read everything, and you have to call all these numbers and have to try to figure out, all right, what's really going on here? What's the deal? Well, this funneler sits here. You call this funneler, but it doesn't connect to this number. Okay, it goes on to hooked up to some agent someplace, some insurance company you've never even heard of before. Understand this: you're not getting Medicare. You're getting their substitute for Medicare. They're selling you something that's not Medicare. Okay? And I called and ended up with somebody that I talked to. And I said, well, now, if I call you back, I'll just call back in this number. Well, let me give you a direct number to my office. Because, you see, they know that if you call back, since this rotates to different agents, it's going to go to somebody different. They're not going to get the lead. Okay? So this Senior Insure outfit is basically selling your lead to somebody. And you don't even know what this company is. You have no idea what they're going to do or not do. And I've said this before on this Medicare stuff. Stay with Medicare. Just stay with Medicare. It is remarkably good insurance coverage. You get involved with these PPOs and HPOs and HMOs and whoever else is in the intermediary here with their network of physicians. And let me just give you this example. And it's just a nightmare. I mean, because you don't know really who you're going to be involved with until you get badly sick or ill, and then you find out all the fine print. But one of the things they do, for example, you go to the emergency room, they charge you $120. Okay? Well, another plan might charge you $90. Here's the thing. They're making a ton of money as intermediaries between you and Medicare. And if they can get you out of Medicare, then they not only make money on the plan that they're pitching, which is fraught with deductibles and other, costs to you, that they get paid per capita, per head, for every person that signs up. Medicare pays this company to take care of you so Medicare doesn't have to take care of you in terms of your insurance. That's how it works. That's, I think, up to $2,500 a month. A year, $2,500 a year per person that they pay to get the insurance companies to take over instead of you having Medicare. Well, what's the benefit of all this? Well, the government actually comes out better. They pay less overall as a plan to distribute this money out to these companies per capita, per person, to run their own insurance plan that they're making a profit from. So everybody's making a profit. Everybody's profiting here, except the poor senior citizen who should get and keep and hold and don't buy anything but Medicare. Hold on to your Medicare. You don't need Medicare supplements. You don't need all of these extra insurances. You just don't need them. And what is insurance? It's a pooled risk. So they're making money based upon the number of people that participate. And you're part of that participation, and that's how they derive a profit. This is Bob Kerrigan speaking here from The Law Show, thanking you very much for your many calls and text messages, and asking you, if you will, to stay tuned. We'll be right back.